Most people fail fitness challenges because they go into it incorrectly. They go into it wrong. Okay? It's not because they don't know what workouts to do. It's not because they don't have enough motivation. Okay? It's not because they don't have or they need a perfect plan. No, the real reason that most people fail when it comes to their fitness challenges is because they go in with the same identity, the same environment, the same habits that they've always had, the same lack of structure that made them fall off in the first place. They think that, hey, I joined this challenge, so all of a sudden I'm going to be jacked, but they don't change the underlying things. Now, by the end of today's video, you're going to understand why people start off strong and still quit. You're going to know exactly why discipline disappears after the first week of training, first week of any challenge. And you're going to know how to finally build a system that helps you finish what you started. So, I've coached people through fitness transformations. I've been in the industry for over a decade. I've seen people come in excited and motivated, and I've seen what happens when the hype wears off, okay? And hey man, the 80-20 principle, some people are going to win, some people are going to lose, but Now, the people that win are not always the most talented people. They're not always the most fit people. And they're not always the ones with the best genetics. That is a lie. Like if anyone tells you, hey, this and that person won the challenge because of nah, it's not it, okay? The people that win these challenges are the folks that built out the structure before they were getting tested. They built the structure before life came to them and tried to trip them up. Now, you've probably done this before. You've joined a challenge, you bought a program, you downloaded an app. Heck, maybe you've done one of the Release the Beast fitness training programs before. And you told yourself, this time is going to be different. This time, I'm serious and I'm here to make a change, right? But then work got busy. Wonderful. It happens to all of us, right? So many of us. Work gets busy. Then your schedule changed. You missed one workout. One workout turned into 2 workouts, turned into 3 workouts, turned into 10 workouts. You ate the thing that you said you wouldn't eat. And because you did it once, you threw away the rest of the challenge. You're like, you know what? I said I wouldn't eat this pizza, but because I ate it, I'm eating pizza for the rest of the week. You know? And eventually, you quietly disappeared. You left because there was no one even to notice that you were gone. It was just you versus you. Now, this is what most fitness challenges never actually teach you. Okay, they don't teach you this. They give you workouts, they give you meal plans, they give you before and after photos. Those are all great. Okay, those are all wonderful and they work, but you need a little bit more. You need to learn how to become the person that follows through. You need to learn how to be the person that keeps chugging along when discipline moves away. When things are so hard that you say, I'm sick of this shit and I want to quit. You keep moving. You keep moving. You keep moving. And that's the rare part. That's the thing that many of us, we just don't have. Not naturally, at least. It takes time to cultivate it. Some people are lucky. They have it. Got that it factor. But it can take time to cultivate. Transformation is not just a physical thing. It's a mental thing. It's who you are becoming. We're starting to create identity under pressure. What's up, millionaires in the making? Welcome back to the MITM Club, where we unlock success daily by journeying through the 6 pillars. I'm your host, Ty Aarons, and today we're uncovering why so many people fail, why most people fail fitness challenges. And the most important part is how to make sure that doesn't happen to you. Because I want to see you win. I want to see you jacked. I want to see you with some muscle. So, with that being said, let's just hop into it. Most people start with motivation instead of identity. The first reason people fail for their fitness challenges is because they start with emotion instead of identity. And in a minute, we're going to show you exactly how that works and how that's going to change for you. We're going to shift your entire personal identity to get from where you are to where you want to go to. Most people start challenges because they want to feel something, right? They feel tired in their body. They feel embarrassed when they go to the beach. Oh my God, I've heard so many clients tell me, oh my God, I feel embarrassed. I'm going to go see family back home and I put on so much weight. I'm embarrassed to go see them. This North American diet is not what we normally eat and it's making me fat, you know? They feel behind, especially as they're aging. They feel so far behind their peers. They feel motivated by someone else to transform. Maybe it's a spouse. Your loved one started getting fit, and all of a sudden you're like, hey, you look good. I want to look good too, right? They feel like summer is coming, and they're too late. They're too late to get fit. I mean, shit. If you wanted to get ready for summer, you should have started in November, but that's okay. All right. They feel like summer's coming and they really need to lock in. Now, emotions can start your car. Emotion can be the key in the ignition. But motivation is a thing that says, I feel like working out today. Identity. Identity keeps you on the road. Identity says, I'm the type of person that finishes what I start. I'm the person that trains whether I feel like it or not. I feel like I'm failing right now, but I'm going to keep it moving, baby. I'm going to keep it moving and grooving. When you actually look at the difference between motivation and identity, when you look at the two things, you can start to see it play out. You'll see the person, the two different people they join. They're doing the same program. They're doing the same workouts. They're eating the same foods. But one person is motivated where another person is like, no, this is who I am now. And their results are night and day of a difference. That small difference, the one word change, the one habit change, the one behavior change, it changes everything else. Absolutely everything else. If your identity doesn't actually change, then it's all temporary. You lock in for 30 days. Great, good job. 30 days is tough. But then, who do you actually become? You do the workouts for the 30 days, but you still are not a consistent person. After the 30 days are done, you drop off. You don't care anymore. You eat clean for a week, but you don't see yourself as someone that knows how to meal prep and someone that has control. You see yourself as someone with no control. You start to progress. You see the picture shifting. You start to look good. You feel good in your body. You're hearing the compliments, but deep down, you still believe this is not really me. This is not the real me. And that's the reason why people fall back. They don't have the identity shift that needs to happen to maintain. You did the thing to attain, to get there, but the piece that you need to maintain is gone. So you're not that person anymore. You're borrowing the habits from the successful, but not implementing them and keeping them in your toolbox. They're not a foundational piece of your toolbox. And this is why when we're going through any of this, we start with fitness first. We start with fitness and we go into finance and we go into everything else after. We have to start with fitness first, okay? Now, the first reason why people fail fitness challenges is because they try to change their actions. They try to change their actions without changing identity. The goal is not just to say, I'm doing a challenge. I mean, heck yes, do the challenge. But the goal is not just to say, I'm doing a challenge. The real goal of any fitness challenge, whether it's a release the beast challenge or any challenge you end up doing, the real goal is to say, I am the person that finishes what I start. I am becoming the person that finishes what I start. I'm the type of person that follows through. Now, as important as that is, and it is crucial and it is foundational, it's not the only thing, okay? Identity alone is not enough. And this is because even a strong identity will break if you don't have the right structure to help you. And that brings us to our second reason why most people fail fitness challenges. Most people have no structure before the challenge starts. The second reason why people fail, you don't have structure before you start. And this is where a lot of ambitious people get exposed. You want to have the identity. Good job. You're on the right path. You want to move in a certain direction. Good job. You're on the right path. But a lot of people think commitment just means saying yes. No, that's just the first part of commitment. Real commitment is not just about saying yes. Real commitment is organizing your entire life around the yes. That's what you want to do, okay? You can't say that I'm locked in and your calendar is chaos. If you don't pre-structure your workouts to say these are the times I'm committed to, you're going to try and fit it in everywhere afterwards. No, Put the blocks in your calendar first. That structure is going to keep you on point. And pick a time of day that you're not going to be as distracted. Ideally, try to do it in the morning before you go to work. Okay? It's going to be tough for a little bit. But do it first thing in the morning. If you got to do it in the evening, I suggest getting a trainer, getting a coach, getting a friend to do it with you to keep you accountable. Because when you're tired after work, bro, you're not going to want to go to the gym. You're not going to want to work out. You're not going to want to stick to the challenge. Okay? So try to get it done the first thing in the day. Eat the frog, do the hard thing. And then afterwards, we can explore the rest. Okay? You can't say that you're serious, but your meals are random and scattered. Okay? If you're eating all this random shit all over the place, bro, you're not serious. You don't know how much protein you're having in a day. You don't know how many veggies you're having in a day. You don't know how much water you're drinking in a day. Structure it. Take a day out of the week. Use the MITM or the Release the Beast Nutrition Guide. Follow it. I don't know, go to bodybuilding.com. There's a bunch of free stuff. Heck, ask ChatGPT. I don't care. But find a way to structure your meals. You can't say that I'm disciplined if your training time changes every day. You got to set that time every single time. That's not discipline. That's hoping. And we don't believe in hopium over here. We don't use that drug of hopium. No. It's not a system. It's not a system that we live by over years. You understand? Now, most people enter a fitness challenge with no plan for when they're training, what they're eating, how they're tracking. What happens when work gets busy? You don't have a contingency plan. You don't have a fallback plan to say, hey, there's a roadblock came in the way. How am I going to make up for this? They don't know what to do when they miss a day. How do they make up for that day? They don't know or have someone that's holding them accountable. Who am I going to talk to about this challenge? They don't have standards that they actually live by. There's so many things. So the first week goes well because you're motivated and you're excited and you're ready to rock and roll. You're ready to crush it. And then life happens. Life shows up and now you're screwed, okay? Clients are calling, kids are getting sick, your meeting's running late, your gym is packed, your fridge is empty, your stress hits an all-time high. And then what's the first thing you do? You start drifting. You start drifting back into life because you didn't have a plan in place. You're floating around with whatever happens. And now the person that said that they're locked in is trying to figure it out instead of already having a plan in place. If you had structure in the beginning, you're blessed. Because when you're tired, when you're hungry, when you're exhausted, when you're stressed out and you're really, really busy, you're stretched thin, you're not going to make the right choices. So help out future you by being structured just a little bit, okay? This is where a lot of people end up failing. And to be honest, it's not your fault. Like, you're not weak. You're just not planning according to actually win. So the second reason why people are failing is that they start the challenge without building a structure. This is, and I'm going to share some of this with you of how you guys can overcome it. Definitely tap into the 30-day lock-in. But they start this challenge without building structure. And then they fail. So a challenge is not just something that you do. A challenge is something that helps give your life a container to work within, right? And even when people have structure, even when people have already developed a lot of structure in their life, they've built out all of these things and they're finding success. They fall off because they make the challenge more complicated than it needs to be, okay? And I've definitely done this so many times. Hey, do this, do that, and you overcomplicate it, all right? So let's talk about that real quick. And that's the third reason why most people fail fitness challenges. They make it too damn complicated. Life is simple. You don't got to go out there and make it more complicated than it is, all right? This is the number one way to burn out and stress yourself out for no reason. It's unnecessary, guys. The average person starts a challenge and immediately they try to become a completely different person overnight. They go from no structure to trying to wake up at 5 a.m., train 6 days a week, eat perfectly, drink a gallon of water, hit 10,000 steps, meal prep everything, stop eating sugar, stop drinking, sleep 8 hours, post every day, track every calorie, become a motivational speaker on Instagram. By day 3, they're tired. By day 3, they've disappeared. And it's because your nervous system gets so overly taxed and overly exhausted that you can't do it. The system is, your body's like, absolutely not. Hell no. This is too much for any one person to maintain and control. I actually had a client. I had this one, actually, I've seen it happen a few times with clients. It's crazy. And I warned them, don't do this. And then they're like, no, I'm so excited. Let's go. This one client many years ago came to train with me. He wanted to lose a bunch of weight. And he's like, yeah, man, not only am I working out with you 3 days a week, but I'm going to start doing tennis. And I'm going to run from my house to this gym to work out with you. I'm going to run back home. And I'm going to cut all these carbs. And I'm like, bro, don't do that. Because I've seen it happen. And after a week of doing that, you're going to hate your life. You're not going to want to get fit anymore. You're going to say fitness is evil and you're going to quit. And what do you think happened? Not even a week later. Oh, my legs hurt, my arms hurt, everything hurts. I can't do this anymore. This is too tough, Ty. This is so hard. I'm like, bro, just come and work out 3 days a week and I'll slowly teach you how to do everything. And he went balls to the wall. I need to swim. I need the tennis. I need to run. I need this. I'm like, I don't even do that. And I'm pretty damn fit, okay? There's no way in hell that I'm doing that. So that's not something that you should do, okay? Change is powerful, but overload is dangerous. You do not want to get overloaded. A good challenge should stretch you, but it shouldn't bury you in difficulty and challenge, right? This is where a lot of people misunderstand discipline. Discipline is something that's built over time, one step at a time, slowly but surely. It's like you're stacking bricks on top of each other, right? The goal is not to build a life that's impressive in only 3 days. It's not even going to be impressive in 30 days. Sometimes it takes years to really shift who you've been to who you can become. It takes a long time to build this and to repeat things even under pressure. So start with little things, all right? Train. Yes, we want to see you working out. Track. We want to see you tracking. Eat with intention, all right? Move your body. Check in frequently. Stay accountable. That is enough to change someone's life if they actually do it. It's simple. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 things to do. And you can start to slowly introduce them. You don't have to do everything at once. Little by little by little. Okay? And too many people, they want the extreme. And the extreme is not always good. Only very few people can handle that extreme. All right? Consistency actually creates transformation. Now, most people fail to finish challenges because they try to do way too many things at once. They overload their system. The challenge is not won by doing 100 different things all at once. The challenge is won by doing a few things consistently. But even with a simple plan, people still struggle to stick to and to win fitness challenges. They still struggle. When no one is watching, something creeps up, something sneaks in, and it gets them. They fall into this trap. And that's why the next piece is accountability. Most people fail fitness challenges because they have little to no accountability. No one knows when you quietly quit. No one knows when you quietly give up. And so you just end up giving up, okay? Everyone's excited on day one because they see everyone else posting. They see everyone else sharing. They say, let's go. They're sending emojis. They're giving virtual high fives or in-person high fives. It's amazing. It feels great. You're like, I'm telling everybody about this. I told all my friends and family, yo, I'm starting this challenge. I'm about to do this. I'm excited. And all of that is great. But for many people, it ends there. You got that rush of dopamine. You got a little bit. You got started. Maybe you started to make a couple goals a reality. You started shopping right. You started doing this, that, and the other. But then it just goes downhill from there. Everything just seems like it's failing from there. Okay? And it's because what happens is they have no accountability. Accountability is a different beast entirely. Okay? Accountability is when no one notices what you're doing. No one sees what you're doing. Okay? When the doors are closed and you're all by yourself, what do you actually do? Are you someone that you can even trust? Can you trust yourself? Do you have confidence? Could you confide in yourself and do what you say you were going to get done? Like, accountability is when your actions are actually being measured. That's how you start to see the difference. That is how you will differentiate yourself from someone that wins fitness challenges to someone that loses fitness challenges into someone that wins fitness challenges. And that's why tracking matters. Tracking is so vital. What gets tracked gets confronted. Okay? You never tracked your meals before. And once you do it for the first time, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm eating for a family of 3. And I didn't realize that. And it's from sneaky calories. So many calories come from the drinks that we drink, the hidden sugars and everything. And little things like that add up. But if you don't track it, you'll never know. You'll never have awareness. You'll never have growth. You're only able to confront the thing and see the reality and see the truth when you track it. If you're not tracking your meals, your habits, your body stats, your photos, your progress overall, did I lift more this week than I did last week? But your sleep, you're basing everything on memory. And memory is not perfect. Memory is fallible. Memory will lie to you. Hey, I think I lifted this much weight last week. Hey, I think I ate that much food yesterday. The amount of times that I go to eat something and I completely forget that I forget that I ate. I have to go back through my day. I'm like, I did this, I did that, I did that. But if I track it, I snap a quick little picture as I'm eating and I put it in my app, I don't have to think about it anymore. But if I don't track it, I'm stressed. I'm stressed. I'm screwed. I end up operating based on emotions, and emotions will exaggerate. Emotions will lie. But tracking tells you the truth. There's no way for you to make a mistake. There's no way for you to say, oh, I think. No, you know. Okay? And that's why an app, a leaderboard, a check-in, public commitments can be so powerful. And it's not because you need to be babysat. It's not because you need someone holding your hand the whole way there, although it's nice to have that. It's because most people perform better when standards are visible. It's like when I went to write my first book, Stop Drifting. At first, I didn't tell anyone I was writing a book. Like, I'm not going to tell anyone until the book is written, blah, blah, blah. And almost a year passed, and I did not have my book. I still was only the outline. It wasn't until I said, hey, I'm publishing my book before New Year's. I'm publishing my book before this date at this time. And I told everybody about it. And I kept telling everybody about it. That then I had the fire under me to now make it a reality that, oh no, I actually need to go and write this book. And I need to get it done. That public accountability changed so much. That's like, in the past, I'm like, I want to do a boxing match. I want to go and fight and I want to win. But I didn't tell anybody. And what happened? I stopped going to my boxing. There's something about that public accountability that's a game changer for so many people. You make your declaration, then you go for it. Okay? And this is extra true for entrepreneurs. This is extra true for fitness professionals, gym owners, for people that you probably already understand this. You need to go and do it. You need to say you're going to do it and do it. So you got to track you got to track and track and track, because what gets measured gets managed. Okay? And when it comes to your own body, we want to measure as much as we can. If you're in sales, you know what your leads coming in, your leads going out, you know. If you're in business, you say, hey, what's our cash flow projection? How many clients do we have? How many deals do we have in the hopper? You know, all right? You can't build seriously if you only have casual systems. It's just not possible. We don't dabble in fitness. You can't dabble in learning a new instrument or dabble in learning a new language. You have to be serious about it, and tracking is the main way that you're going to get there. Okay, now the fourth reason why people fail fitness challenges is because they rely on the hype instead of accountability. All right, they rely on the hype instead of relying on accountability. And hype will get you started. Hype is great. The prizes that you're excited about winning, the new body that you're excited about building, it is important. But the accountability is the thing that's going to keep you honest. The accountability is that piece that's going to keep you going. And when you don't feel like doing it, it will give you that little extra push. That little extra push that many of us end up needing to just get over that hump and get to where we want to go. But even with accountability, there is still another trap that people fall for that stops them from winning, succeeding, and conquering fitness challenges. And it's because they treat the challenge like a punishment instead of a transformation. Okay? Most people treat fitness challenges, treat fitness like it's some sort of a punishment. It's a bad thing that, ooh, I gotta endure this. Ooh, I gotta, like, why are you building everything on shame? You've built everything on shame. And shame might push you for a moment. Shame might push you for that instant, but it's not going to push you in the long run. A lot of people enter a challenge with like negative self-talk. I'm so fat. I'm so weak. I'm so insert whatever you want to put. And they say these things to themselves. And yeah, maybe you feel that way in the moment. But the second you start to look a little bit better, the second you start to feel a little bit better, you don't have that shame motivating you anymore. And because you've lost that shame motivating you, because it doesn't exist anymore, your motivation wanes. Your motivation is gone. So why not pick something that's a little more energetic, okay? A little more consistent. Like, fitness should challenge you. Yes, it should challenge you. But it should transform you and it should build you to be more than who you are. It should show you that you respect yourself, that you love yourself. We don't just do fitness for the sake of doing fitness. The goal is not to hate yourself into a better body. The goal is to love yourself into a better body and celebrate the milestones that you get there. It's like, I respect myself enough, I love myself enough to not put this crap in my body. And I'm so excited to be feeling lighter, to be feeling more in control, to feel more fulfilled with who I am becoming. This is the mindset shift that we're looking at having and we're looking at developing out. Because instead of saying, I'm not good enough and I need to suffer, we want to say I'm valuable and I need to act like it, right? That is like the major shift that I would suggest is important to be, right? But a major shift that's important to have. When you train for shame, every mistake becomes proof that you're failing. But when you train for standards, your mistakes become feedback. You see the little thing. Oh, I missed the workout, okay? I missed one of the planned workouts, one of the scheduled workouts. Someone that's shameful of themselves, someone that has that negative self-talk, that negative internal voice, will say, oh, you always do this. It's going to be just like the last time. Every time we tried that one time, remember you failed? The shame is going to come in, it's going to detract from the progress you're actually making. Whereas if you start to set the standards of self-love, you can say something like, hey, we're resting today and we're not going to miss 2 days in a row, right? That's my rule of thumb. 2 days, okay? You need to not, if 2 days, don't let the third day happen that you miss being in the gym, you miss working out. 2 days, okay, you get a little pass. But we go in, we fix it, we continue, we move forward with some speed, baby. Okay? What? You ate off the plan? You went and devoured a pizza to your face by yourself? Which sometimes I do. You're not saying, oh, well, because I ruined everything because I ate a pizza. Just get back on track. Okay? We all have times and moments where we're not perfect because we're human. That is the only way that you're actually going to be able to continue to move forward with finesse. All right? Oh, am I stuck in the intersection? Okay, there we go. Now, when you make this shift, this is maturity. That self-love, that change in language, this is maturity. This is what we must start to develop. This is self-leadership. This is how fitness becomes personal development and not just another fad. Okay, this is how we turn fitness into something that's life-changing. This is why I say master your fitness first, and then you master your finance and you build your dream life. Because if you can't get your fitness in order, it's so much harder to get everything else. Okay? Challenges like these, any challenge you go into is not to shame you. It's to help build you and grow you, realistically. It's to help you know that you're stronger than you were. Things like doing a 3-day fast. It's not to say, oh, like, it's to challenge you and show you that it's possible. And you can do it. You can do hard things, okay? The fifth reason why people fail fitness challenges is because they use fitness as a punishment instead of a path to self-respect, self-love, and personal development. Challenges are not here to shame you. Challenges are not here to shame you at all. They're here to show you who you're becoming. They're here to show you who you could be. You see someone else in the challenge doing a great job? That could be you. Maybe they started out the exact same place as you are. What would you need to do differently to make a shift and to live just a little bit differently? Now, once you understand that, the final reason becomes clear, right? Because most people don't know what a real reward is. And this is why most people fail fitness challenges, is because they think that the prize is the body. They think that the result is everything. They chase the result, but they miss the transformation. They miss the actual journey. Can you believe that? I've seen so many people go through fitness challenges and they're just like, oh, by the end of this, I'm going to lose 5 pounds. I'm going to lose 10 pounds. And they're so caught up with that. Like, yes, that may be a goal of the challenge. Yes, maybe that's what you set for yourself in the challenge. And maybe you lost 2 pounds of fat and you gained 6 pounds of muscle, but you're not tracking properly. So the scale shows that you actually gained weight. And now you're stressed and you're beating up yourself. And you think that you're going to look perfect right away, instead of realizing fitness is a lifelong journey. It is your health. It is your health, which is your true wealth. And it's a lifelong adventure of becoming. The body is not the only reward that we have. It's how we feel. Do you feel lighter? Does your stomach feel better than it used to? Like, yeah, fat loss matters, muscle matters, strength matters, all these things, they matter. Yes, they are important, and I will never deny that they're important, okay? Your confidence improving matters, but the deeper reward is actually being able to go in and say, hey, I did something that's hard. I said I was gonna train, and I trained. And it's the first time that I've trained in my life, and I'm so excited. Look at me, I am someone that works out. I said I'd eat this and I eat that, and you know what? I only got 80% there, but I got 80% there. That's a big change. If you got 80% on your report card, you'd be pretty happy, wouldn't you? If you got an 80% return in the stock market, ooh, you'd be over the moon, right? You made an 80% change, bro. Come on now. You said you'd show up and you showed up. You showed up for yourself. You did it for a month. You did it for 2 months. You said you would stop disappearing and you stayed visible. You kept on sharing. You kept on keeping people updated. In fact, it's crazy. The evidence that's created helps so much. I was going through a coaching program and we have 90-day sprints. And sometimes I go in and I would have nothing to share. I missed on the week. And I say, guys, I tried, but I failed. And it was very helpful for me to even show up and say that. It's embarrassing to say that, but I still showed up. And many people miss this whole piece of the fitness challenge or any challenge. Confidence ends up being built from evidence. The only way that you know that you can trust your word is to keep your word to yourself over and over again. Evidence that workouts were completed. There was maybe 16 workouts in the month that I was supposed to do, and I did 12. There's evidence there. You can see your numbers going up. You checked in on a weekly basis with your coach. More evidence. Good job. You tracked your meals. These are all evidence. And the fact that you didn't quit, that's also evidence. So over 30 days, you start to see, wow, look at all these things that I could do. You start to see yourself differently than you did before. It becomes that much easier, okay? You see yourself as someone that's a little more disciplined than before. Someone that is more accomplished than before. It starts to show you this. The challenges show you that you can do anything. Challenges show you, they break your limiting beliefs, and they show you that anything you put your mind to is possible. That's the real piece of the challenge. And what? You didn't quit here, but where else are you quitting that maybe you could show up a little bit better? You didn't hide here. Where else in your life are you hiding that maybe you should show up? You didn't make excuses as to why you didn't complete this or that or whatever. You just owned it. Where else in your life are you making excuses? You can lock in here. So where else in your life can you lock in? You mastered your fitness, or at least you're getting one step closer to mastering your fitness, because it's not going to happen in 30 days, but it's going to give you a good, quick kick in the butt to get moving. Okay, you master your fitness. What else can you master? Okay, it's so hard to manage this body. It's crazy. So when you think of your business, your money, your relationships, your leadership in life, when you think about your confidence, when you think about your future, the dream life that you want to live, what does that look like? This is why a 30-day lock-in is not just about getting a summer body. Yes, we want to look good for summer. Heck yes. We want to be on the beach, having to get all the girls to go and leave us alone with a baseball bat and say, back off, ladies. I look too good. Leave me alone. We want to be a beautiful girl on the beach, and all the guys are trying to buy you drinks and everything, and they won't leave you alone. And it's a little annoying, but you kind of like the attention. That's what we want. But it's not just that. The body is just one thing. Who do I become when life becomes busy? How do I show up when life becomes busy? And that's the sixth reason why people fail when they're doing challenges. It's because they chase the physical results instead of the personal transformation that is bound to happen. You keep on showing up, your personal changes are inevitable. You know, like Thanos. He's inevitable. He's like, hey man, you can't stop me no matter what. I don't quit. I don't even know what quitting means. The body is the proof that you showed up. That's the thing that most people miss. The body is the proof, but it's not everything, okay? It's not everything. The real reward that you're actually getting is self-trust. The real, confidence means you trust yourself, to confide in yourself, to know that when you say you're going to do something, you're going to do that thing. That is what it is. So I want to bring this all together, because if you understand this, you'll never look at fitness challenges the same way, okay? Now, at the beginning of this video, I told you most people don't fail fitness challenges because they're lazy. There's some of the most ambitious people, the most driven people that still, they master other areas of their life, but then they fail fitness challenges, okay? They fail because they enter the challenge with these 6 reasons. They start with motivation instead of identity. They have no structure when the challenge starts. They make the challenge too complicated, okay? They have the hype, but they don't have the accountability. Oh, gotta turn here. Oh. They treat fitness like a punishment instead of an adventure, instead of personal growth. They chase the results before they chase the transformation. Okay, this is the main reasons why people fail fitness challenges. And here are the truths. Okay, here's the truths. When you actually think about it, fitness challenge is not just a 30-day program. Okay, it's not just 30 days. It's so much more than just 30 days. A really good fitness challenge, okay, a proper fitness challenge is a mirror, and it will show you your standards. It'll show you your excuses. It'll show you your patterns. It'll show you where you stop short, where you stop 3 feet from gold. It'll show you where you're strong, and it'll show you where you still need structure, okay? And if you let it, it could show you the next version of yourself. It could show you who you could actually become. Because the real goal is never just about losing weight, guys. It's not just about the weight loss. Weight loss is the byproduct, and it's a beautiful byproduct, but it is not just about weight loss. It's not just about muscle gain. When we think about fitness, we actually want to think about what kind of person am I becoming? Am I the kind of person that keeps promises to themselves? Or am I a type of person that builds out their confidence? Like, where does my actual confidence come from? Where does my actual discipline come from? What was this transformation for? Where do I go from here? And that's where the real transformation actually starts. So if this video hit you, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this with someone that you love, especially someone who keeps starting over and finally needs to lock in. And if you're ready to stop drifting through life and start actually building momentum, join the 30-day fitness lock-in and let's get started. Okay, this is an opportunity to train, track, stay accountable, build discipline, and prove to yourself that you're not the person that quits anymore. You're not a person that is just floating around, drifting through life. That you're actually a millionaire in the making. That you're actually a good steward of this beautiful corporeal vessel figure that you have. And that you'd also be a great steward with so much more. With that being said, it's time to move like that person. I will see you tomorrow. Peace.